Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another video, and I know it's been forever, and we're almost at the end of January, mid to late, getting up close into there, but anyway, finally getting around to do my top 10 comic figures for 2019, and you know what? It was difficult. At first I had like 26 figures that I wanted in contention to be in the top 10 and my honorable mentions, and then I'm thinking, no, let me go back through the list, let me take out ones here, some out there, and let me go and look and then kind of see, and I think I narrowed it down to like 17 figures, so it's going to be a big honorable mention, and I'll clump all of those together. But it was tough, man. 2019 was a big year for Marvel Legends, and if you take a look at all these figures, I know some are kind of hidden by Beast and stuff in there. There are a lot of damn X-Men figures in this grouping, so this is going to be a very heavy X-Men countdown, and it just worked out that way because Hasbro came hard with the X-Men figures this year, and I probably shouldn't have worded it that way. That was a little weird, but the X-Men figures this year, it's just absolutely incredible year for Marvel Legends. 2020, it's going to be hard to top 2019 in my opinion. Now they have some great things coming out. You know, all the Age of Apocalypse figures are coming out. Whether you consider the Fantastic Four wave and the Spider-Man wave, the Demo Goblin wave in 2019 or 2020, for my countdown, for my purposes, if I got it in 2019, it's a 2019 figure. I understand that it's supposed to be a 2020 release, but if I got it in 2019, it's a 2019 figure for me. So you will see figures, I think, well, I guess you can see the hair for SheHulk and, well, Doctor Doom right there. So you will see figures from those waves in my 2019 countdown because I got them in 2019. If it came out in 2019, as far as I know, it's a 2019 release. I understand it's supposed to be 2020, but again, 2019 for me. But anyway, let's get right to it. We'll get all of these shuffled and moved around, and then we'll get right to the honorable mentions and start our countdown from 10 down to number 1. Here we go. Okay, so here are my honorable mentions. So I had to pick out 7 from those ones that I had picked out. The guy is just, it's so difficult. But I'm gonna go over the reasons why and everything like this. Punisher War Machine, that thing came out of nowhere. Like, we had no idea it was even coming. I know there was that list, that rumored list that all turned out to be accurate and everything, and it listed that, but then we assumed it was gonna be the helmet, even though it said the price was 20 bucks, and then all of a sudden somebody found it. So that one, the surprise of it alone really should stand out, but it is a very solid figure. It uses an MCU War Machine figure body mold, which, you know, I'm kind of in favor of, but it's a well executed figure. They do the paint deco to reflect some battle damage. I think it's an all-around great figure, and truthfully, I could probably swap it out with any of the ones from my top 10 and easily get it in there, but for now it is only an honorable mention. Nightcrawler, simply because the Nightcrawler figure, you know, is something that I wanted for a long time. We get 3 heads with it, so I thought it was a very good figure. That X-Force Deadpool, the retro one, the convention exclusive / fan channel exclusive, that one's kind of an odd one that people probably won't agree with, and the reason why it's in here, even though it's a repaint of the one from the Sasquatch wave, which was in my top 10 that year, I mean, I want to say it was pretty high. I don't really remember. It was a full year ago. I don't remember where I ranked it, but it was in my top 10, and I think it probably wouldn't have been in most people's top 10, but for me, it's there. It's a well executed figure. At first I didn't really care for the blue, but really looking at it, it just looks like it was pulled right off the comic book pages, you know, to reflect how the shading and everything would look. So it's just a fantastic figure all around for me, so I had to include him in the honorable mentions. Jean Grey, the figure's good. The head sculpt isn't so good because she's got like super Botox lips. But it's a figure that I've wanted for a very long time. The previous Jim Lee one from the Rocket Raccoon wave was absolute garbage. So, you know, it was nice to get an update, and I'm not disappointed with it. I'm not extremely happy with it, so that is why it is an honorable mention. I am pleased to have it, though, and I think it is a must-have, but not enough for me to include it in the top 10, even though I do think it is a good figure. Hercules figure, and I think that would probably be in a lot of people's top 10s. It's a very good figure. You know, we get a new body, new parts, all kinds of great things going on with it. It's just not something for me that stands out enough character-wise. Good accessory. Everything about the figure is very, very good, and it should be probably in a lot of people's top 10. For me, it's just no connection to the character, so that's why it kind of dips down a little bit. The Jubilee figure, I love that figure. The only downfall for me is they made the body of it, I think, just too small. Now, I get it. She's a teenager and stuff, so it should be a little bit smaller, but I think they went unrealistically too small, like in the torso and everything, but it's still a very good figure, and it is one that I think everybody should have, every Marvel Legends collector should have. And then to round out the honorable mentions, we have Mr. Sinister there. I think that is a very well executed figure, and I really like it. I think it is night and day, leaps beyond the Toy Biz figure. And again, I don't have the Toy Biz figure, so maybe I'm biased, and I'm sure I am, but for me it is so much better just aesthetically. Looking at it, I am extremely pleased with it. So that is the last of my honorable mentions. Now let's get on into number 10. Okay, so number 10 is the Gambit figure from the Caliban wave. This is there's nothing too special about the figure, but I think they did a very good job on really presenting, you know, the Jim Lee era X-Men from the 90s onto the Gambit. So I'm extremely happy with it. I'm very happy to have it. I'm glad that he was double packed, so it means everybody was really able to get it, because I think, you know, he was, you know, highly anticipated. I remember being in the room at San Diego Comic-Con for the announcement, and I was live on there, and I think it was on Instagram that I was live, where, you know, they put in the announcement. They're like, oh, okay, well, that's it. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's it, everybody. And I didn't quite turn off the live feed yet, and then all of a sudden they're like, wait, we have one more, and then they announced that it was Gambit, and it was a big deal. It was special. So that was kind of, you know, one of the big things. So I think they did a great job with the figure. Let's go on to number 9. Okay, number 9 goes to Storm. Now, this is a very good Storm. This was in the retro X-Men wave, the Jim Lee style Storm. I know a lot of people wanted the first appearance Storm, or they wanted this in black. Well, the great thing is, later this year, fan channel exclusive, this same Storm will come in the black suit this year, and I am excited for that one. But this one was one that I really wanted for a long time. You know, we had the Jubilee Build-A-Figure wave, Toys R Us exclusive Storm that was really sought after. Then we got one in the Apocalypse wave, which is an okay Storm, the Punk Storm or whatever it's called. But this is the Storm that I wanted. So when it was announced, I was excited. When I heard that it was going to be in the wave, didn't have pictures yet, I'm thinking it has to be this version, has to be this version, has to be this version. And sure enough, it was this version. So very happy with it. Now let's move on to number 8. Okay, number 8 goes to a very weird one. I think that nobody probably saw coming, because I don't think a lot of people actually got this figure. This is the Hydra 2-pack with Hydra Supreme and Arnim Zola. So my number 8 pick is actually the Hydra Supreme figure. Now you'll see that I have it in the box. The reason why I have it in the box is because if you watch my review video of this figure, you know, and you will remember that I broke the damn shield clip in that video and was all pissed off because it sucked. You know, I wasn't anticipating. I'm like, oh, here, be careful with the shield because it could break crack. So that sucked. So I do have a replacement. I never actually got around to opening it, so it's been in the package, and it's still a very good figure. So I understand that it sucks that the shield could break very easily, that clip, but the figure is pretty awesome. I really love what they did. The color of it, you know, it's accurate to the movie. You know, I know one of the games, I forget, Future Fight or Contest of Champions, one of those games actually uses a version of the Captain America in the same exact suit, but in, you know, the red, white, and blue. That would be a dope figure to get as well. But this is actually a very good figure that a lot of you guys probably didn't see coming to be in my top 10. But number 8, Hydra Supreme. I'm probably going to open it now that I actually got it down off the shelf and everything, but we'll see. I'm feeling lazy. I got a pile of figures over here. I'll get to it when I get to it, I guess. On to number 7. Okay, the number 7 spot goes to the She-Hulk figure, or Hulk, or Savage Hulk, or whatever it was. I know her comic run was titled Hulk because they refer to her as Hulk, but I think they retroactively went back and titled it She-Hulk. So whatever it is, the She-Hulk figure, we'll call it. This is an outstanding figure and very, very good. Now, it pushes down a little bit in the ranking because it was, you know, quote unquote, a 2020 figure, but I got it in 2019. You know, what can I say? It is a very good figure, and I think it's one that a lot of people should pick up. Yes, it doesn't have double jointed elbows, but it has deep cut elbows, so you can get a nice, more than 90-degree bend to it. It is all around a great figure and deserving of anyone's top 10. And it's probably going to be in a lot of people's top 10 for 2020, but won't be in mine. 2019. On to number 6. Number 6 goes to the Beast from the Caliban wave. Outstanding figure, very good. You know, I know a lot of people would have preferred a different head sculpt, you know, something from the cartoon or anything like that, the animated series, but you know, this is what we got. The figure is great, lots of great articulation. I think it blew a lot of people's expectations away when it came to what Hasbro would be able to do. I'm extremely happy with it. And then number 6, and then this is one where, you know, I could probably take the 5 or 4 spot, you know, if I moved around a couple of figures. This is where I place it at the moment, but it's still very deserving of the top 10 in anybody's top 10. Very happy to have it. On to number 5 now? Yes, number 5. Here we go. Let's continue with X-Men, by the way. Number 5. And number 5 goes to Professor X. Now, the figure itself, not a whole lot going on to it, but it is the hover chair. Professor X with the hover chair. How awesome is that? We wanted it, you know, the Writer series got announced. It's like, well, they gotta give us Professor X, you know, right? Or you wanted to build a figure, build a hover chair, whatever, but we got the Professor X. You know, he's got crazy eyebrows, but if you ever go back and watch the show, because I binged the whole entire thing on Disney Plus, like, dude got some eyebrows like crazy. Like, this is actually subtle compared to what they did in the animated series. That shit was nuts. So he had like V eyebrows going the other way. It was just crazy. So it's just funny that they do that in the figure, and I had to bring that up since I watched the animated series. The whole time I'm looking at his eyebrows like, damn, what did they do? So it is what it is. But number 5, Professor X in the hover chair, an outstanding figure. And I think at this point most people probably got it. If you haven't, I think you should, because once this thing kind of disappears, you're gonna really be missed out, and I could see the value of it going up. So something to pick up. Professor X hover chair. On to number 4. Number 4 goes to the Colossus figure from the Colossus Juggernaut 2-pack and the Marvel 80 years exclusive box set, whatever. This is the one that came with the Juggernaut, you know, that was re-released of the build the figure with the new heads and hands and things like that. But this figure is outstanding. The size of it is great. The silver paint is awesome. I love every single thing about this figure. It is absolutely fantastic. He is my number 4. Any X-Men fan, I think you need to get this Colossus one. The one from the Warlock wave was okay for the time being, you know, if you wanted that more modern Colossus look. But when I think of Colossus, this is what I think of. This is what I imagine. This is what I picture. This is the figure that we got, the figure we all deserved, and I'm extremely happy with it. If they never give us another Colossus figure, we got this one, so I am good. Let's move on to number 3. Okay, so number 3 is kind of a cheat one. I put in 2 here because you could swap out any of them that you want. Now, I don't have an open San Diego Comic-Con Hulk. I have to, but I just can't get myself to open it and tear into that card because of how limited that one was. These two, or the Gray Hulk at least, was pretty easy to get, so I wasn't, you know, too concerned about that. You know, I have the loose one, and then I do have one hanging on my wall. So you could switch any of those 3 Hulk figures because they all use the same body mold. They all have, you know, the similarities. The difference, of course, is the head sculpt and the shades and the color, light green, dark green, and gray. So you could swap them out, but this is my number 3 because it is a fantastic figure, the best Hulk figure that we got. The only thing that could possibly make this number 1 is if the butterfly joint actually went in the front instead of just the back. So we can't do the Hulk smash clap. We can't do that. That's unfortunate, but it's still a great figure. So if you're a Hulk fan, I'm no doubt in my mind that you have one of the 3, probably this one, but it's something I think any Hulk fan needs to have. Any Marvel Legends fan should have one of these Hulks because they truly are amazing. So that is number 3. Number 2, number 1 might surprise you guys a little bit, so let's get on to number 2. Number 2 goes to the Fantastic Four Super Skrull Build-A-Figure Wave, Dr. Doom. Now this one I think is going to come as a surprise. I think this one's going to be deserving of a lot of number 1 spots. It is a fantastic figure, no doubt about it. But the next figure, just something about it, and I can't really pinpoint it, just makes it my number 1. But this one, you know, on any given day of the week, I could probably switch it. But there's something about that other one. It just has something about it which pushes it ahead of this one. This Dr. Doom is the best, hands down, Dr. Doom figure we've gotten. I think it is a must for every single collector. The great news is that he is double packed, so he should be fairly easy to get a hold of. Now, I know that doesn't necessarily mean that he will be easy to get, but there's a greater chance of getting him. One thing that we've seen in years past is the double figure is pretty readily available for a time, maybe drop down in value even, but in the long run ends up being the most valuable of the wave. So something to think about. If you see this Doctor Doom, don't sleep on him. Do not pass him up. Pick him up. Don't even think twice about it. Grab him, go to the checkouts, and go. Now let's hit the number one, and this one I think will be a big surprise for a lot of folks. Okay, my number one spot goes to the Superior Octopus figure from the Spider-Man Demo Goblin Build-A-Figure wave. I think this one's going to be a shock. I don't know what it is about it. I absolutely love this figure. The character design is amazing. Now, I know I didn't read the comics because right when, Otto got into the new body and seen the suit, went to his old base place in San Francisco or whatever, and Hydra had taken it over, that's where I stopped. That was the end of the clone conspiracy, Clone Dead No More, or whatever that event was. So I didn't read any of it, but the character design to me is just it's great. I don't know what it is about it. Yes, we didn't get bendy wire in the tentacles. I don't remember Hasbro saying that there would be bendy wire in the tentacles, but I wasn't there for any of the announcements or anything like that, or wherever they had mentioned it was going to be. Did they say that? Yeah, they probably did. If you guys say they did, I just don't personally remember that. Maybe I just blocked that out of my mind, whatever it is. We didn't get bendy wire. Okay, oh well, not the end of the world. Still looks fantastic like this. There's all kinds of things that you could do to mod it and do the USB light thing that everyone was doing with the Doc Ock figure from the SPDR Spider Wave. Sure, but it's just the character design of this is awesome. And then on top of that, we got a new torso. So no ab crunch, we get a diaphragm joint. So the seamless look of it is just, it's so awesome, so amazing. I love the way it came out. Everything about this figure I really like. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I don't know. Something about it I just really like. That torso probably goes a long way because that diaphragm joint I think is absolutely perfect to replace a ab crunch. If we're not going to get an ab crunch, they do a diaphragm joint that's like this because I think it came out outstanding. That is my number one. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of my ranking of the top 10 for 2019. I know it's going to be questionable on some of those choices. I know, but these are all my personal preferences. You guys let me know down in the comments below what your top 10 would be, or what at least your number one figure for 2019 would be. I am curious. You guys let me know. If you guys like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the notification bell. It's probably over here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. And then also, thank you for watching.